Now, if you searched for this video, you're probably looking for a place where you can go and separate yourself for prayer. Let me take you to one of the best prayer centers in Kenya, which I haven't seen many people reviewing. It is awesome. I love this place. So it is in Nakuru, and I prefer boarding Molo Line as I go there. And as usual, when I'm traveling, I'm going for prayer. I love reading Christian books. This time around, I was reading a book about effectual ways of praying. And so this place is called, yes, Mizpah House of Prayer. From the stage, it is like 900 meters. So when you go for 800 meters, you will see this showing you the way to the school and to the prayer center. You're going to the prayer center. So you just head direct by this road to the prayer center. And this is how their gate looks like. Yes. At first, I thought they were doing burnt offerings. And then I realized they were just burning dustbin around the gate. And so you get here, you will sign up here at the gate, and you land directly to the parking. You come with your car if you do have one. They have ample parking. People come here with their cars. And then from the parking, is this area. The first thing you realize is that they have maintained their grounds. Looks very good. Everything here is well maintained, well taken care of, and it is a surprisingly quiet place. It is so quiet from the city life. And so you land here, you go to the reception. You will walk this way to the reception, and this is where you're going to sign up. This is where you're going to say the number of days you're intending to stay here, what you've come for, and the kind of luggage you have, the kind of rooms the room you would prefer to live in. And talking about rooms, these are the packages. They have these packages, as you can see. Let me just take time to explain that. Now we have the dormitories, which are 150 per night. Remember, the first thing with Mizpah House of Prayer is that they only charge for nights. If you want to go during the day and pray, they don't charge you. So dormitories where everybody sleeps, and which are my preference. Remember guys, you've not left the city or your busy life to go and look for comfort. So personally, I prefer the dormitories. They are the least comfortable, and so they go for 150. Then we have the 4-pack. Now this is where you can share a room. It's a room with 4 beds, and it is 250 per person. Then we have the common singles. Now the common singles are, yes, you are in your own room, but then you don't have your bathroom and toilet. You're having to share with around 7 people. Then after that, you have the doubles, which is you share 2 people. It is self-contained. And then you have the single, which is the option that I took for this time round. And for single is 500 per night, and let's see what that gets you. Before that, please note that money paid cannot be refunded, but you can come and use it for another day. Now also another thing to note is that they prefer using M-Pesa as a payment mode. Now as I'm saying, my room was here almost at this corner, and with 500 bob you get a single, a bed sitter kind of thing, a bed, a chair where you can sit and read, and those beautiful curtain with beautiful views. Then you have a dustbin over there. Nice bed. I love their beds. Then you get this toilet area, your bathroom, toilet area. They are working perfectly. Then you have places you can charge your phone, hot water shower, and hot water shower and all that. So by the time I got here, I was too tired, decided to rest. Thought that I was going to rest for a minute and then come back and pray, but oh my, I was too tired. Just decided to sleep. Ulisema nini kuhusu watu ulala na socks? Anyway, I woke up as fast as I slept, and voila, it was the next day already. And so yeah guys, I'm here, and disclaimer, every time you see me recording myself here, this is not the time I'm praying. This is just for the sake of informing you guys. So if you see scenes like these where, you know, I'm praying and stuff, yes, I'm praying, but this is for the sake of showing you guys. The first thing I loved about the single rooms is the freedom you have. Now you can do this in the dorm. Maybe you love lying down, you know, kneeling down and all that. And then the second thing was the view from my window. Oh my goodness, look at that, guys. It was incredible. You know, this is the Rift Valley, the ridges. They were so awesome, guys. Another thing to note is that they will provide you with hot water 24/7. Then there is tea at 6 p.m. and at 8 a.m. in the morning. Then they have a working canteen where you can buy whatever basic things you need. But guys, let's get into this video. I want to show you places in which you can pray now. This is about prayer, and my favorite place to pray at is on these grounds. You know, these grounds are quiet, they are well maintained, and you can come here any time of the day and just do your thing. The other thing is that they have meditation areas, you know, gardens where you can just come and meditate. Now, and talking about meditation, allow me also to touch on rules and regulations of prayer centers. And most of these are rules of common sense, but again, what is common to you might not be too common to me. For example, me, when I visited Katoloni Prayer Center a few years ago, there was a guy who was praying so loudly in the dormitories. And you wonder, man, this is just common sense. If you want to pray, go to the prayer booth or go to the grounds or somewhere else. Also, my friend Frida Nguku, who's a link I will link to this description box, gives a very funny story of how she went uh, to Heaven Gates Prayer Center and she didn't know about the rules of dressing. So she went with a short dress and some top that was revealing. So you can go watch that video. So just for the sake of not assuming that everybody knows what is expected of them, number one is that there is a regulation of noise. For example, you cannot pray in the dormitories, as I'm saying. You cannot pray loudly at the meditation areas. You cannot go pray near the offices. You know, you've got to look and see, or where people are having meetings, you cannot do that. Also, the other thing is that photography, for example, at Heaven's Gate, unlike here, you cannot photograph the church and some areas out there. And also there are zones you cannot go, conference rooms and places you have not paid for, you might not be accepted to that area. So as you can see, guys, I'm a bush guy. I'm a bush guy. If you want me to pray, just draw me to the bush. And so here are some of their gardens, prayer gardens, and I say this is one of the best place, man. You see the way these areas are well maintained. This is the way that leads to the mountain. I think there is a common thing about prayer mountains which I have seen is that they tend to be in mountainous places. And so this is the drop. This is the drop that leads to the it's like this area is on top of a mountain. And so there is this like a 200-meter drop that leads to an even bigger drop. But as you go there, you see these conference rooms and prayer rooms that have titles like, you know, Europe Mandate, Africa Mandate, and all that, where you can just come and pray for certain continents. So guys, let me show you this, because you will not believe your eyes that once you are done with that drop, you start seeing the Menengai crater on top of the left side of this screen. That is Menengai crater. And forgive my camera, but this place is beautiful. It is extremely beautiful, and you can drop. Let me show you the drop. Now this drop is almost 500 meters down the mountain. As I was dropping, I spotted these cups, man. Somebody came, prayed, and left the cups here. Some behaviors, man. Anyway, let's continue dropping, because I want to show you how far this place is and how far down you can go. And many people surprisingly prefer to come and pray from here. There is no distraction. The place is secure. It is good for prayer. You see that drop right there? It's like you drop like 300 meters, man. If I dropped here, I would gara to the ground. And guys, very important is told you about water. They give you water. Keep yourself warm. This place is mountainous and cold. And the other thing, now continuing with the rules and regulations, even as we continue with the drop, the rules and the regulations of prayer centers, the other thing I want you to know is number 2. This is not really a rule, but it is an observation that I have made, that prayer centers are mostly filled at Christmas. People pray so much towards the Christmas time. Christmas, November, Christmas, when others are going for Christmas, when you're going to Chambua, Mbuzi and stuff, people are out there in prayer, so they are mostly very filled. Now let me show you one of these conference rooms. For example, let's say you are a praise and worship team, you have come 25 of you to pray, and during the day you will need time to practice. Maybe the church is engaged, you can come take this room and do your thing. It can fit around 30 to 25 people. It is awesome, nice, and just small, just fitting. I don't know, it has that vibe of a meeting room. So the other thing is that there is a church service going on in various times of the day or of the week.
Anasema Zaburi 27 ya kwamba wakati huo ndio Bwana alipoinua pembe yake, wakati huo ndio Bwana alipoinua kichwa chake juu ya maadui zake, wakati huo ndio Bwana alimshindania.
You can join church, if you're staying for long, you can join church. There is a church on Sunday, there is a church, you can check them out and support them. They're doing incredible things. They have a TV ministry, they have people who they have taken in to serve, and sons and daughters who are just waiting on people the whole year, just waiting on people to come and pray, and they serve them, and I found that to be an incredible thing. So the other place I wanted to show you guys is, I haven't shown you the dormitory washrooms. Yeah, they are these washrooms. I found them to be nicely painted. The washrooms. So if you are living in the dormitories, these are the washrooms that you're going to be using. And what is it? They're just fine. The other thing is that, guys, you can support these people. They're building. There are a lot of constructions. You can take the number and just call them, support the ministry. So can I take you to the men's dormitory? I could only get access to the men's dormitory. So here it is, the gents dormitory, and this is how the interior of that looks like. We have the beds, normally just what you saw if you're in a boarding school, the beds, everything else that is in a dormitory. But interestingly, very interesting, is the rules that are mounted on the wall. And so, as I told you, common sense is not too common, had to have rules. So inside the dormitories, there are these bathrooms where you can refresh and do your thing. Now, in conclusion to this video, I want to state categorically that I love Mizpah House of Prayer, just as I love any other prayer center that is out there. And the men of God and the women of God who have created prayer centers, may the Lord bless them immensely. So this is one of my favorite hideout. And yes, there is a reason why God used to separate his people whenever he wanted to talk to them. And Mizpah House of Prayer is one of the best places where you can separate yourself and have that talk with God. So if they add more prayer booths and a study room in the private rooms, this becomes top notch. But having said all that, guys, it was time to go home. We had to take an evident photo. But the process of going home is that you go to the reception area, you sign out, return your keys, anything else, and if you're too weak to walk, you can hop on Anduthi and boom. The joy of the Lord.
That's right.
Tell people something.
Hi, Azito, this is Mizpah. It's in Nakuru. It's 14 kilometers past Nakuru into Bahati. So when you get to the Nakuru-Nairobi junction, where Kun stays, you go there. One of the things that I love about this place, it's around it's next to the first place that I got my first encounter with God. It's just down here, and I was a dorm captain. God is faithful. It's good to remember and come back and keep it posted.